What is up, guys? Thank you so much for tuning in and watching to this latest video on the Will York YouTube channel. Today we are going to build the bracket for Amiibo March Madness 2026. It's gonna be fun, it's gonna be great. So if you guys caught me on my previous video where I did the selection show, now we're gonna build the bracket, and I will look over these matchups and give my best opinion on who I think is going to be in the final four for this amazing looking Amiibo tournament. And again, if you guys have been a fan of the Amiibo tournaments on my YouTube channel, feel free to watch them anytime you want from years past. But this year, it's 2026. It's a brand new year. It's a fresh new start. No seeding, no defending champion. We are going all in. We are going in fresh. So before we get to the fun action and all that, here is where you guys can find this video on my YouTube channel. You can also add me on a lot of different platforms. So you can add me on Twitter at WillYork_23, Twitch Texito28, and of course the YouTube channel Will York. The text logo on the right side of your screen will guide you on your way to Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. You guys can also add me on Discord. You guys can also ask to add on my Nintendo devices, so you can add 3DS, Switch 2, PlayStation, Xbox. I don't play those anymore. So yeah, you can still add me on them, but I don't play those consoles anymore. I'm also on Steam because I have a Steam Deck. So, and I like playing on it too. So anyway, guys, if you tune into the last video where I selected which Amiibos are going to go where, now we get to build the bracket. So without much further ado, let's go ahead and build this bracket. Again, it's going to be pretty legit. So, and again, you will find on some of these lines, this is a maximum of 64, but because a lot of these, there's normally 64, but we got 88 Amiibos, so that's 24 additional Amiibos. So 2 of these will fit in one line. So the first one we have here is a qualifier match, and it was Link. Oh, if I can remember to spell right. Link and Bayonetta. The winner of this matchup will take on, again, gotta do this right, Wolf. Then the next matchup is another qualifier. We have Wario and Ken, and then they will take on Falco. All right, next matchup, team number 5 will be the winner of Pac-Man and Bowser. Oh, my apologies. I didn't do that right, because the bracket has it a different format. Team number 5 is actually Lucina, and then team number 6 is actually the winner of Pac-Man and Bowser. All right, next is team 7 and 8 are going to be separate here. So we have Zero Suit Samus and Lucario. Then the next one, and if you see me looking down, that's because I'm still trying to write. All right, our next matchup here is King, DDD, and Ryu, and the winner takes on the Wii Fit Trainer. So honestly, by the end of this, I should have 16 on this side, and this is our north bracket, north region, by the way, because I'm treating this like March Madness. All right, next up we have, gosh, I gotta spell, Ganondorf and Marth. The winner will take on Lucas. Number 13 is going to be Snake, and then we have the winner of Meta Knight. And then the last 2 should fill out this bracket pretty good on this. So we have, so here we go. So we now officially have our North bracket done. Honestly, there's no real good favorites in this bracket so far in this bracket. I think Terry's been pretty good. I will say, I think Terry's a pretty good amiibo. I think he has the best odds of really making out on top on this region, but he's suffered a lot of upsets in the past. So I was gonna say, if Terry can't do it, then I imagine another surprise amiibo coming out on top in this region, and this is the North region. So give you a chance to take a look. This is a very interesting region. Like I said, I think Terry might be a favorite here. I think DD might be a good chance to come out on top too. We'll see. Wait and see on that. All right, next we go to the South region. Let me get that up here, and then I'll fix this. Oh, I'm gonna love this matchup. Min Min and Hero, and the winner will take on Daisy. I find that very interesting. You got Min Min and Hero, two really good DLC amiibos from past, and they're going to be facing off in a qualifier. That's going to be interesting. Then the next matchup is the winner of Mario and Sheik, and the winner will take on Mithra. That's going to be interesting too. And then you have Cloud, and Cloud will take on the winner of Pokemon Trainer and Corrin. And just for good measure, I use the make sure you have spell correct on, or autocorrect. Next up after that is going to be another first full round matchup, me, Gunner, and Roy. Then the next one is going to be the winner of Alex and Little Mac. And the winner will take on Toon Link. And then after that, we have Ice Climber and Chrom, and the winner will take on Zelda. And then there's only a few more spots left. We have Banjo-Kazooie, and they will take on the winner of Sephiroth and Kazuya, and the last two will be on the South region, Greninja and Ness. I'm already dazed with the South part of this bracket. Min Min and Hero in a qualifier match, that is dangerous. That is very, very dangerous. And then you got Alex in the mix in a qualifier match, and Toon Link's good. Then you got three really good amiibos right here. Three really good ones right there. They're going to go all out. All three of them are going to go insane. Banjo-Kazooie taking on the winner of Sephiroth and Kazuya. Again, the spinner wheel does not lie. It did not make this up, which is crazy. So I think the South is going to be an odds-on favorite to take the overall tournament. I mean, you also got good amiibos. Aside from the DLC ones, you've got good ones. You got Toon Link and me, Gunner, in there. Those two have been very good in the past. But again, it's a really hard choice to decide who is the favorite in this one. Again, you got 1, 2, I think I counted 6. Yeah, there's like 8 or 10. I think there's like 10 amiibos here that have a really good chance of coming out on top in the region. It's a very, very dangerous region. And of course, before I continue, I must do my saving. So let us track onward and upward for our next set of matchups. And I must scroll down so I can see. All right, the next one we have Dr. Mario and Pikachu. The winner will take on Olimar. Then we have the winner of Isabel and Joker taking on Mewtwo. Then after that, looking, we have Pyra. And Pyra will take on the winner of I know that's awful scrunched, but that's the best I can do to squeeze all that in. And then after that, we have Samus and Dark Pit. They have a full-fledged first round matchup. Then you have the Mii Sword, and he will take on Yoshi in a qualifier. And the winner of that matchup will take on Byleth. And then we have Mega Man and Pit. The winner of that matchup will take on Richter. And then we have Donkey Kong taking on Kirky. Let me scroll down so you guys can see. The winner of Donkey Kong and Kirby. Oh, I messed that up again. Hang on. Each is supposed to be there. And now here we go. Because the last two should be the one here. That should be Mii Brawler and Incineroar. So let's take a look at this part of the bracket. I know that's kind of hard to see because I'm on the other side of the bracket. So you got Dr. Mario Pichu and Olimar. You get Isabel Joker, Mewtwo, Pyra. And then you also got Byleth in there. Honestly, I think my favorite here would have to be Pyra. I think Byleth would be a good one too. So very interesting. Joker might be a trump card in this one. Pardon my language. This ought to be an interesting bracket. I'm very intrigued by it. It's not my favorite bracket, I will say. I'm very intrigued with the bracket. This is honestly my second favorite bracket. The South is my first one. The East, I think the East is my second favorite one so far. But we have one more to go, and it's the last 16 Amiibo, or last 16 spots in the actual tournament. So here we go. We have Dark Samus and Rob. The winner of that matchup will take on Duck Hunt, which surprisingly gets a first round bye. And then we have, whoops, spell Ridley right. Ridley and Captain Falcon. The winner of that matchup will face off against Inkling. Then we have Bowser Jr. And he will take on the winner of Steve and Sonic. Sonic has one in. Next up, we have, looking here, another full-fledged matchup. We have Robin and Pichu. And then finally, we have Luigi and Ike. The winner of that matchup will take on Young Link. And then we have, I'm going to initiate here because that's awful long. Game & Watch taking on Jigglypuff. And the winner of that one will face off against Rosalina. And then we have 4 spots left. We have Shulk, and the Shulk will take on the winner of, oh, it's not DDD, it's King K. Rool. Get my L right. Of King K. Rool and, what was that name? Oh, Simon. And then finally we have Diddy Kong taking on Sora. So this ought to be, it's another interesting region. It's kind of like the other one. Honestly, I kind of like this region a little more better than, I like this west one a lot more better than the east. Because you got Steve's good, And you also got Sora and King K. Rool. This is very interesting. This is, first of all, I gotta save. This is a very, very interesting outlook here on this tournament. Because I mean, you got all of the good amiibos are just, a lot of them are just loaded in the South. And then you get it, you mix up a few good ones here on the rest of the bracket, which I find that a little unfair, but I let the wheel pick it. So, like, I could see 3 favorites here in this bracket, and then back on the East, I could probably see 1, 2, I could see 2 of them in favorites in here, but I could see 3. So honestly, I like this region a little bit more than, I like the West a little more than the East. So let's go back and recap our brackets. So we start back up here in the North. Looking through this, you think on top, I'm not liking what I see on top. This is kind of this is like a, you know, lucky chance any of these amiibo are going to get up here for an Elite 8. This is going to be a lucky shot for these up here. This one, this is interesting. I like Terry in this part of the bracket here. I like him here in the East, or sorry, the North here. I actually like him to win it overall in the North, but Terry has been bound to upset, so we'll have to wait and see. The North is anybody's matchup, really, and that's why it's 4th on the list. Anytime you come across a region where you don't have a super clear favorite, then you know that that's anybody's for the taking. That is fair game. And that's what's going to be up here for this North region up here, is that it's going to be anybody's matchup. And then we go back down here, back to the South. The South is loaded. Again, there's 6 good amiibos, and there's like 2 really good amiibos that have a chance here. This one is too hard to tell. And if you get that many loaded teams in one area, there is no clear favorite. That's what makes it so tough. And you think about it, like, well, that's kind of how they do it for sports too. That's kind of how they do it for sports on that. There is no clear favorite here. If I had to pick who would represent here for the Elite 8, that is going to be tough. Yeah, Min Min and Hero, whoever wins that matchup is going to be a clear favorite. Me Gunner would make a really good run until right here. So that'll be interesting to see. And then at the bottom of the South, you got Alex and Little Mac, and the winner of that one takes on Toon Link. That's going to be interesting. Alex is a very good amiibo, and Toon Link a good amiibo. So I can see them kind of matching up in that first round. But then you have Banjo-Kazooie taking on Sephiroth and Kazuya. That is an amiibo tournament nightmare. That is a nightmare going to happen. And that will happen in the first round. Like, the qualifier matchups already going to be a nightmare in this quadrant, because you got 2 good qualifier matchups. You got 2 really good ones here. But then you go into the first round and you're taking on a high octane, dangerous Banjo-Kazooie duo. Again, the South bracket has no clear favorite. I think if you had to pick the rep for down here, it's got to be who comes out of this one right here, who comes out of that one alive. Because you also got a good Toon Link amiibo who was really good in the past. So it will probably come down to the final 4 in this region, the winner of Min Min and Hero, Me Gunner, And then you got either Alex or Toon Link, and then the Banjo-Kazooie winner against Sephiroth and Kazuya. That's who I'm guessing here at this point. There is, again, no clear favorite in the South. This is a tournament nightmare. Now we go back to the East, and we look up here in this East. Honestly, I'm not seeing a whole lot of favorites other than Pyra. Pyra could make a very dominant run here in this tournament if they wanted to. But you also got Byleth. Byleth is a good second place choice, like to make a run for the Elite Eight. You also got Richter, and that's also interesting. But you got Incineroar in this matchup too. Honestly, if I had to pick my top two in this, I'd have to take Pyra or Byleth. Again, my DLC amiibos are high octane, and they are straight up insane. I am not even joking. They are insane. That is my DLC amiibo. So that's why I'm putting them ahead of a lot of the others, because I trained the DLC amiibos differently than everybody else. So this is very different and high octane. They're different and high octane for that. But again, the thing about the DLC amiibos is that they're prone for upsets too. So it's not just clear favorites. I mean, there's domination ones, but there's actually, it's not a guaranteed shot though. So I'm thinking Pyra and Byleth are the top two matchups to end up right here. And then our last region, thus the West. We have our West region here. So you got Dark Samus, Rob, and Duck Hunt, and I do not like this region at all. Some of these amiibos are not the strongest here. Steve's the strong one, and then you got Sora and King K. Rool. They're good. They're both good amiibos. So honestly, I think the favorite would have to be, I'd say, Steve up here and Sora down here. If K. Rool is able to upset Sora, then that's going to be very, very interesting about everything here in this tournament. And again, when this video is up, I will provide a link to the bracket tournament so that you guys can be able to look. And then coming in the next few weeks, I will get myself a device that will allow me to display Switch 2. That way I can use that to record the action. Of course, I don't have that yet because I still have a dock. So we'll wait and see, or I could just use the dock if I wanted to. So we'll wait and see how that works. So anyway, that's all I got here for this. This is, again, a very, very interesting tournament. And again, when we get into the qualifiers and the first rounds, it's going to be insane. It's going to be hectic and lots of chaos. But you know what? That's what tournaments are all about. Chaos and madness, insanity, big moments, crushing defeats, just everything about that. So, yeah, so there was a lot to unpack here. I'm very interested to see how the South region turns out for this. I'm very interested to see how that turns out. So, anyway, guys, that is all I have for you today on this video. And of course, this one will be uploaded on my YouTube channel for everyone to see and enjoy. And if you want to check out all this video and all the rest of my videos, feel free to do so. Head on over to the platform. So you can head on over to my Twitter at WillYork_23, Twitch Tuxedo28, and YouTube Will York. Look for that logo there on the right side of your screen. That is where the logo, you can find my socials. And you guys can also add me on any of the gaming devices that still accept friend stuff. 3DS, Switch, Switch 2, PlayStation, Xbox. You can add me on those, but I'm not playing on those anymore. And you guys can also add me on Steam. So lots of more videos and fun stuff to come on this channel. So I want to thank you all so much for tuning in and watching. Hope you guys have a great, wonderful rest of your day. And I will catch you guys on the flip side. Have a good one, guys.